Hello everyone! Today we're in front of my old bookshelves. Did you guys miss them? The other day I did a little reorganization of some of my bookshelves and I just was happy about it. I was excited about it, so I just figured I would stand in front of them today. In other news, today I'm doing a spoiler-free review for City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which comes out tomorrow as of you guys seeing this video. I read this arc a couple weeks ago and I loved it. It has become a new favorite middle grade, so I wanted to give a little bit of a review for you guys. If you don't know Victoria Schwab, then probably have not been watching my channel for very long. Victoria Schwab is one of my favorite authors. I love her YA books, I love her adult fantasy books, and now she has released her first major middle grade. She has done other middle grades, but this is like her first major middle grade release, and it is coming out tomorrow, August 28th. So this one is a fantasy and it is perfect for Halloween time, so it is perfectly timed in its release, because if you are in a spooky mood already, like I have been, then you can go get yourself a copy of this. It is the perfect read for this time of year. The story follows a girl named Cassidy Blake, who kind of lives her life surrounded by ghosts. In fact, her best friend Jacob is in fact a ghost. And Cassidy herself can cross to what she calls the veil. Ever since an accident a little while ago when she almost drowned, she has had this ability to see ghosts, to interact with ghosts, and she has been exploring and adventuring what she calls the veil whenever she feels it calling to her. Cassidy's parents also live their lives kind of revolving around ghosts, however they don't realize that they are actually real ghosts. So the whole story kind of kicks off when they get hired to do a TV show that is featuring the world's most haunted places, starting in Edinburgh, Scotland. And of course, Cass is coming along for the ride. In Scotland is where Cassidy kind of realizes that she knows nothing about her power or what to do with it or why it happens, and she realizes this mostly when she meets another girl who has the same ability as her. And that is when things get pretty dangerous. What I love most about this book was just the whole spooky feel. It was my perfect level of like kind of creepy, kind of dark, ghosts and dead people, but not anywhere near a horror movie. Victoria Schwab kind of always provides that perfect level of dark, suspenseful, kind of mysterious, maybe a little creepy, to satisfy the need that I have for that in my life, especially around this time of year. The setting is really what made the whole mood of the book so much fun. Because it's in Scotland, it has this mix of like historical and fantasy. There's a lot of history in the city that they're in. There are a lot of Harry Potter references. And that mix of like the historical mixed with fantasy is what made me love it so much. I don't know a lot about like famous ghost stories, but I'm guessing that some of the ghosts that are mentioned in here are actually real lore or like real ghost stories. I'm not sure about that, but that is the feeling that I got. And that is what I loved about it. It reminded me of one of my favorite childhood books, 39 Clues. If you guys ever read those, they kind of journey around the world to different historical settings and explore different famous ancient cities. And it is a mix of like fiction, because there's this whole secret society, and real history. And this one had a similar feel to that, but a little bit a step above. 39 Clues is middle grade, but it is very much so young middle grade. This one I would say that anyone could enjoy, as are like most of the middle grade that I love. It just had that mix of adventure and excitement and creepiness and historical cities, and I'm so excited to get more of it and hopefully have another setting in another city for these characters. Speaking of the characters, I did love the characters. However, I think the only one that I was like really attached to was actually Jacob, who is Cassidy's best friend, who is a ghost. More specifically, I was just really attached to Cassidy and Jacob's friendship. It kind of hinted in the book that there might be a conflict surrounding the fact that Jacob is a ghost and Cassidy is alive in the future. The other girl that we meet who has the same power is not so friendly with ghosts, so she doesn't so much approve of Cassidy's friendship with Jacob, but I love them as friends and I want them to continue to be friends. They are one of those classic friend duos that middle grades do so well, and I would love to see more of them in the future. Overall, it was just a really enjoyable read. Some of my favorite books are those ones that like you can kind of glide through without thinking too much about how many pages you're reading or how fast you're reading it. And I read this book during Booktubeathon, so you know that it's an enjoyable read if I was not thinking about page numbers while I was reading it during Booktubeathon. It was just one of those books that you can kind of float through, and it left me with a feeling of excitement and adventure, and it was definitely creepy enough to give me the spooks a little bit at nighttime when I stopped reading really late at night. So like I said, it is perfect for Halloween time since fall is coming up. Especially if you do not do so well with horror movies and horror books, it is the perfect one for that. I would definitely be adding this one to my list of new favorite middle grades like Furthermore and Witchwood and Nevermore and those ones that I talk about all the time. There's also a cat on the cover, which is always a selling point. So that is pretty much all I have to say for this spoiler-free review. Obviously, I loved the book, but I'm honestly not surprised anymore when I love V.E. Schwab, Victoria Schwab books because I love them all. City of Ghosts does come out tomorrow, August 28th, so if you would like to read it for yourself, you can go get yourself a copy in bookstores tomorrow. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a lovely day or night or afternoon wherever you are, whatever you are doing, and whatever you are reading, and I will see you in my next video.